What is up, guys? Today we'll be unboxing the iPhone 12. This is the white version. So pretty excited to check this phone out. It'll cost you 830 bucks, I believe. Now after taxes it'll be around 887. So very expensive phone, almost 900 bucks. So let's go ahead and get into it. As you can see from last year, you can see the box is significantly smaller. You can see the iPhone 11 box. This is because Apple did not include a charger here, and I wanted to definitely give my opinion on this because I thought it was really strange. So first, let's just get it open. Alright, so this is the white version. Let's put that to the side. You have your SIM tray removal. You get one Apple sticker instead of two now. And here it is. We have the Lightning to USB Type-C. So majority of you guys don't have a USB to C brick. Most of you guys have this with the Lightning cable plug. So if you're coming straight from Android, you're just not going to have that brick. You're not going to have a USB C brick, and you also are not going to have a Lightning cable. So it's kind of weird that they didn't have an option for people that are coming straight from Android, so they have to either go out and buy the brick or they have to go out and buy a Lightning cable. So I feel like there should have been an option. Now Apple said that they're doing this for the environment, which is great, but I don't know, I got mixed feelings about it. I feel like it could be a money grab, or it could be both. It could be a money grab and they're trying to do it for the environment. So definitely mixed feelings about that. I don't really know how to feel about it, but as far as the iPhone 12, definitely feels super boxy in the hand. It reminds me of the iPhone 5S, so just feels boxy. I kind of like it. It feels a little bit more compact, and yeah, so I don't know how, I don't think, well, I have to keep using it, but yeah, I don't know if people are gonna like this boxy feel, but it feels fine to me. I'm sure the boxy feel is not gonna be as comfortable as something like the iPhone 11, where it's kind of like smoother and rounded. So you do have the power button here, which is still very big. Absolutely love it. Volume rockers, your mute vibration switch, SIM tray, bottom, speakers, Lightning cable, and then we have the camera module right here, dual camera setup, and there's a bit of a raise to it, not much. So when you put it on the table, it bounces a little, but not by much. Let's go ahead and boot this guy up. Let me go ahead and sign in. Alright, so a really nice change Apple made was with the display. So instead of an IPS LCD display, we now have an OLED display on the iPhone 12, and it looks really great. From my first impressions here, they call it the Super Retina XDR display. It's HDR10, 625 nits, so it's fairly bright as well. It's 1170 by 2532, so it's a 1080p panel, 460 for the PPI. Now they are using stronger glass on here, so if you cracked your iPhone in the past very easily, hopefully this one will not crack. Now the only thing with the display here is that you still have the notch up top that houses the Face ID. I thought there were going to be rumors that it was going to be a little bit smaller. If it is smaller, it's, you know, barely smaller. You can't really tell. And the bezels are supposed to be a little bit thinner on here as well, but again, it's not anything that you can barely tell. So if you're coming from Android, you might not be bothered by it, but if you have like a full screen phone, like say the OnePlus 7 Pro, or most Android phones usually do like a little punch hole right here. So I do think the notch is starting to look a little bit dated now, but Face ID is really great. But hopefully they, you know, get rid of it by the iPhone 13. But from what I understand, most people aren't really bothered by it. Just to show you guys what I mean, so when you're watching a video, as you can see, yeah, the notch, full screen, the punch hole. As you can see, it's more immersive. Of course, I'm going to be on the full screen, but also on the punch hole, and it just has kind of an intrusion that your eyes kind of wander to. Now the iPhone 12 of course has stereo speakers. Let's go ahead and check those out. iPhones always usually have some really great speakers with great depth. Let's go ahead and max the volume here. So yeah, these speakers sound absolutely amazing. No distortion at max volume. You get a ton of bass presence, hi-hats, everything sounded really great there. So of course this speaker is doing most of the work. This speaker, this is just for show, just if you didn't notice. So there's no actual sound coming out of this one. It's just this one and this front facing one right here. But yeah, sounds absolutely great, what you would expect. Alright, so let's talk about the specs a little bit more here. So of course you have iOS 14.1 on here. You do have the Apple A14 Bionic chip on here as well. No SD card support, so be sure to get the right model. If 64 gigs is not enough, you might want to get the 128 gig. You get 4 gigs of RAM as well, and of course no headphone jack as always with these phones, which is fine again for most people because they use wireless earbuds or the AirPods, so not a big deal. Alright guys, gaming on this phone is going to be great. I'll put out a full gaming test for you guys, and as you can see, you'll be able to max everything out on pretty much every game with this chipset. And like I said, the display on here just makes it better, along with these really powerful and loud speakers. It just gives off a really great experience here. Let me just turn the speakers up for you. So I just really love the colors on this display. It's so much better than the IPS display on the iPhone 11, which I wasn't a big fan of at all. And the phone, it's getting a little warm, but it's not uncomfortable. But one thing that I do notice is that I don't know if I like this box feeling. I know most people are gonna get a case, but I don't know if I like this box feeling. Kind of like, almost kind of cuts into the hand a little bit, but I just have to use it longer. Alright guys, just to briefly touch on iOS 14, if you haven't seen my full video going over all the new features, be sure to do that. But basically in a gist, you have just the new widgets on here. Now third-party developers will be bringing the widgets to iOS 14, so that is really awesome. But right now it's just these stock widgets like the weather. You have the widget stacks where you can pretty much stack widgets on top of each other like this. So if I wanted the stocks and then I wanted this, so that I could just scroll through them, and you can get really crazy with customizations, as you guys have seen on YouTube, and you have your app library on here as well. And if we bounce into the settings application, I'm just going over this for my new people that maybe have never had an iPhone. You also have, where is it? Display. You also have your dark theme, which is going to be very nice on this device since it does have an OLED display now, so you'll be able to save a little bit more battery life on this phone as well. Alright, so as far as photos, I've been extremely impressed with this phone so far from my first impressions. Just the detail you get to photos is really good. The color accuracy is great. It's just really nice. The depth of field, dynamic range. I was taking some photos outside where it was really super bright outside, so it was able to still get a really good photo, great detail, And yeah, the white balance was really on point too as well. So I just really like the iPhone 12's cameras here. I think they did a really great job here. I want to test out the night mode on this one. So yeah, this is going to be a really fun camera to test out. It's just really crisp and clear. I just love how the colors and shots come out, and even on the front facing camera, still a good amount of detail, good skin tones, just very color accurate. So I was just really impressed with the iPhone 12's camera. And the same thing for video. I still think the iPhone has some of the best video on any smartphone. It just did a really good job maintaining white balance, even though it was really bright outside. Just colors and everything just look really great. You still get a good amount of detail with videos. So yeah, just an awesome camera on here. All right, guys, let's talk about the battery life on this phone, or the specs first. So you have a 2,815 milliamp battery. This phone does have fast charging at 20 watts. Of course, you do not get the fast charging brick. You have to buy it separately. But you do have the wireless charging as well on here, and you have the MagSafe thing on here too. So you can be able to charge it via magnet. You can put a little wallet on here. From what I've seen from other tech reviewers and stuff like that, it's not very strong. So if you're gonna put a wallet on here, I probably wouldn't. I'd probably wait till a third party manufacturer does it, because it seems like Apple's their magnets aren't that strong. But yeah, so you have that option on here as well, which is pretty cool. So you probably see a bunch of accessories with that. So from what I've seen with battery drain tests on YouTube so far, is this phone is doing around the same 6 hours and 30 minutes of screen on time. Very similar to the iPhone 11, get you around 6 hours plus, depending on how you use it, which is definitely fine. You can get through a full day no problem with 6 hours of screen on time. So definitely, what are you guys thinking about the iPhone 12? Be sure to let me know. No high refresh rate, which kind of sucks. No reverse wireless charging on here. And yeah, they didn't add another lens. So there was a lot of videos of people talking about there were going to be 4 lenses on the Pro version. They were going to add a 3rd lens on here. We did not see that, so probably see it on the iPhone 13. But what do you guys think? Be sure to let me know, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.